Hello everybody, coming at you today with a 4-month update. Got a pretty fun reaction from the 3-month update I posted a month ago. And so I want to send you all a quick 4-month update about how the Grove Garden is doing. What happened uniquely this month is that we went on a vacation. Greg and I went away for 10 days in a row. And in that time, a lot of change happened. So I'm actually gonna link in the description box here on YouTube a post that I put up on the forum that shows the before and after photos of what the garden looked like before we left for our vacation and what it looked like 10 days later. It's kind of a fun comparison. But also, here is how the garden is doing today. Again, as a reference point, as I've mentioned in the previous update, is that we are 4 months into the entire process, and usually these gardens are considered mature at 6 months. So we're 2/3 of the way to maturity, and here's what it looks like. So here's our aquarium. You can see 4 or 5 of the fish in this shot right now. We have 6 fish at this time. An update on the aquarium is that I had to remove a couple of the fish and give them to one of my coworkers for their aquarium because I had some larger fish in here and they just weren't playing well with others. There was some quote-unquote bullying happening, and I didn't want to stand for that. So while those larger fish are actually amazing because they produce a lot of waste and therefore a lot of fertilizer for my plants, I didn't want to jeopardize the health and happiness of my tank. So we now only have small fancy goldfish in here. These guys will get larger. Right now I would consider them maybe like 30% grown, so they're gonna get quite big, but really a happy tank for fancy goldfish. Considering this size, I should be at about 5 or 6 fish. So I also have some pebbles down here. I mix up the colors of the substrate. I have this big, large plant. I want to get some more plants and some more decor, because while there's a couple logs, there's 3 logs, and some hiding spots for them to play around in. I'd like it to be a little bit prettier because it's very basic and natural right now, so that might be something that's changed in the next month update. Back here we have some shishito peppers growing. We're only using 4 pods out of the 16 at this moment, but that's fine. I also here have an automatic fish feeder. This is new as of this month because Greg and I went on a vacation. So while we were away on our vacation, we were gone for 10 days, and while it's okay to not feed fish for a few weeks at a time, if necessary, they can still survive totally fine. I wasn't so happy with that idea, so I set up this automatic feeder and it fed them twice a day, just a little pinch of food, just like I do, but it's battery operated and on a timer. Worked beautifully. So here's the garden. Ta-da! It looks amazing. This is the best really it's ever looked. These kale plants in the back are the same kale plants that you saw me plant from seed. We have just been harvesting them in a recurring way. So as you can see, it's starting to look almost like a palm tree where there's a long base and then the leaves up top. They were all the way down here and we just kind of ate from the outside so that it continued to grow tall. And we have 3 plants going on back there of kale. We literally eat from it every single day. I usually put it and mix it up in whatever dinner entree I'm making, or sometimes I'll just come, rip off a leaf and eat it raw. Especially in the morning, if I'm kind of like making breakfast eggs or something, I'll do that. We also here have parsley, which is growing strong. We haven't eaten the parsley yet. It is ready to eat, but certainly can continue to grow. The leaves are healthy and green, as you can see. We're not quite sure what we want to cook with parsley. I planted it without much intent for what we'd cook. So we'll let you know what we end up cooking the parsley into. Here up in front and center, we have 2 lettuce leaves. So this is a French heirloom lettuce. It's almost like a butter lettuce. It's actually from the daisy family, this plant, which is very interesting.
It's very pretty, which is why I put it front and center. It has this red coloring, and down at the base of each leaf is kind of yellow. I just think it's really beautiful. Greg's mom is visiting us this weekend, and I think we're gonna harvest the entire head and eat it as a large salad, so 2 heads can easily feed 3 people as an entree salad. I've eaten some of the leaves from the outside, just like I explained with the kale, kind of eat low and the big ones at the bottom. I've done that. I've probably eaten 5 leaves or so, and Greg similarly, but it continues to grow from the center and get bigger and bigger. Like I said, we're probably gonna harvest the entire head for these. I'm also gonna weigh them to see how many ounces it grew. Over here is Greg's pride and joy. Well, yes, I planted them. Greg has been pumped on this basil. He's made a few sauces from it at this point. We have this large basil plant here in the front left corner, and then there's actually one hidden down here that will probably grow better and faster once this lettuce isn't taking up all of its sunshine. But anyway, the basil has been very interesting. As you can see, it grows in pairs of 2. So for scale, this is 1 leaf. I mean, it's the palm of my hand. It's so freaking huge. And what's interesting is you can see that they grow in pairs. So the large leaf down here pairs off to this leaf, which is hiding, but is similarly the size of the palm of my hand. And then we have 2 sets growing here. And as you can see, smaller leaves getting ready to come in as soon as they can as well. We've been able to continually harvest and grow these leaves because of how we've been cutting it and eating from it. As you can see, the tip right there is where we actually cut. And once we cut the leaf that was up here, these grew so fast. And I have to tell you, it is incredibly fragrant. Just touching it like this, I can smell it in the air. It's phenomenal. So having a lot of fun with that basil. Greg has been making some primaveras and also just garnishing different things and putting on sandwiches. His opinion is that the best way to eat this would be a caprese salad, because then you're just eating the leaf raw and you get all the flavor without cooking it or hiding it behind other flavors. It just can shine on its own.
That's the update for today. Perhaps I'll post a 5-month update if you all are liking these, but it's just been a lot of fun, and I've also enjoyed posting stuff to Instagram and all that. Thanks for tuning in for this update. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments section below here on YouTube, and I'd be happy to answer them. See you next time, and have a good day.